And now you can see this hypervisor is the one, hypervisor type 1, I mentioned that. And then we have the hypervisor type 2. So if I talk about the hypervisor type 1, means you purchase one of the server, bare metal server. Means you just go market or you ask to Dell, can you just share me one server? They will send the server, but that server doesn't have any kind of operating system. So you cannot do anything on the server. You can just only play with the Linux command, by the CLI command, you can do small things. But if you want to run the hypervisor, you want to create the virtual machine, we require some special kind of the OS. So that's the hypervisor is going to be there. Means on top of the hardware, you have to define the hypervisor. So it's directly going, this hypervisor is going to run as a your bare metal. And what is example? Like VMware ASXi, Microsoft Hypervisor. These are the basically a software you just have to run. I will show you. I will try to show after this lecture how it is going to look like. I'll give one of the demo as well. So this is going to be run on top of the your any kind of the hardware, and then you can create different virtual machines. See, this is the type of the hypervisor ones. Means if type hypervisor 1, if I talk about one of the big server, you directly run any kind of the ESXi or Microsoft. Hypervisor view. These are the hypervisor type 1. That's the bare metal. Means on top of the real metals, you running the software. Now talk about the hypervisor 2. If I talk about the hypervisor 2, that means you have the operating system. Means let's suppose you purchase a server and you give the operating system like the Windows OS. Think about it, right? And or Mac OS. And then you are running the hypervisors. So that is the hypervisor 2. Means first hardware, then you can put any operating system like Windows, Linux, or might be the Mac OS, and then you putting the ESXi. See here, host on like Windows, Linux OS, right? And on top of that, we are putting the hypervisor, like we are putting the VirtualBox, we are putting the VMware ASXi. These are the hypervisor. Then you are running the VMs. In that case, little bit performance of servers are going to be degraded because you run two OS, and that is not good solution for the any kind of the design. Still many company run that, but it's going to be degrade your performance because one OS, another OS, then you building the VMs. So better if you have the pure data center requirement, you just go with the hypervisor 1. On the hypervisor 1, basically you just have the direct resource on top of that hypervisor, then you're building the VM. But hypervisor 2, you just going in the different kind of the hardware, then operating system, then hypervisor. That's how it is going to happen.